everyone. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am going to be featuring 2 cards using a product from Fawn. It's the Feature Company of the Month for Scrapping for Less. And they're also having a blog hop featuring Fawn, so you might want to check that out later on. But I get to make a couple cards, actually, using this adorable, adorable little stamp set called Aloha. It has a little pineapple with sunglasses and 2 cute little sentiments. And so and I do have the coordinating dies, but I'm gonna jump in and get started creating this card. I'm so happy to be, so excited actually to be a design team member. And so this is my very first post, and I'm so glad you're joining me with this. I'm going to go ahead and using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to stamp the pineapple 2 times. And I use that ink because it's alcohol marker friendly ink, and so I'm going to be using my alcohol markers to color this in. Aren't those glasses so cute? I'm going to use those later on for the cards. But I'm just using 3 shades of yellow to color in those adorable pineapples. And coloring them in was so easy and so basic. Here I just sped it up real fast just to show you what I did here. But Scrapping for Less is having a blog hop featuring the Fawn. Did I tell you that already? But you're going to find a lot of fun and exciting ideas. So check out their blog hop. You're gonna have fun with that. Here I'm just shading in each of the little sections of the pineapple just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to go in with my greens, and I'm just for the tops of the pineapple, I'm just using 2 shades of green, a lighter and a darker. So easy to color. Lovely. Okay, and then I think the pineapples, well, they don't necessarily have shine, but my pineapples are going to have shine because I love shine. So I'm grabbing my C&CT shimmer pen, and I'm just going to go over those really lightly with my C&CT. See, look how shiny that is. It's so pretty. Love that. Adorable. Okay, once I have that done, I am going to take the coordinating dies. I got to separate them first here. And then I'm just going to cut those out. Lovely. Now I need a panel. And so I'm taking some stitched rectangle dies, and I'm going to create a frame. And I'm using just a piece of white cardstock here. And I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to outline the frame. And I'm just so I kind of give me a measurement on where my frame's going to be. And then here, I should have ordered some of the Fawn papers. That plaid rainbow paper would be adorable with this card, but I didn't. And so I decided, well, let's improvise. I'm going to make my own little plaid paper. And so I'm just taking my alcohol markers and taking the wider end, and I'm just making diagonal stripes and kind of making my own little pineapple background here. So easy to do, guys. But if you do have the plaid paper, I think it would be adorable. But I'm just taking every single shade of color that I used on the pineapple, and I'm just drawing stripes diagonally, then going crisscrossing them. So easy to do. The stamp set is adorable, and you know what, if you were to purchase the stamp set and the dies, the price point on them is awesome because they're just perfect. So if you want to build your stash, this is a great small stamp set to start off with. Now I'm going over the background with my dark brown alcohol marker just for added interest, and I'm happy with the way that looks. So I'm going to take the dies and then I'm going to place them over those little pencil marks that I made. And then I'm going to secure it with some washi tape, and I'm going to run that through. I've made a card in the past doing the same kind of technique, you know, making your little background, and I just love the way it turns out. And it's a great way to coordinate your images perfectly too. I'm going to pop out that frame, and I love the way that looked. And then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to add some foam tape and pop it up. Lovely. I'm just using a standard A2 size card, using white cardstock for my card base. I'm going to peel off the backing, and I'm going to just place that directly in the center. And I'm using the lines on my grid mat to help me with the alignment, because I often get it crooked. And then I'm going to pop up my pineapples and place those on there as well. And then now we're going to work on the sentiment. I'm using VersaFine ink because I am going to use clear embossing powder to go over it. And then I just trimmed it down and then fishtailed the end here. Then I'm kind of figuring out where I'm going to place it on my frame here. And then I do have excess on the other side, so I'm just going to trim that off. Lovely. I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape, and I'm leaving a little bit of a gap because that part will go over the frame and I want it to lay flush. So this helps out with that. I'm just going to add the sentiment, if I can get it straight there. And then I'm taking those cute little adorable glasses. I'm using some Versamark ink, and I'm going to stamp those glasses on some white cardstock. And then I'm going to, in my stash I have some silver embossing powder. And so I thought it'd be cute and fun if those sunglasses were shiny. And so I'm going to go ahead and heat set that, and then I'll go ahead and cut those out using the coordinating dies as well. And I love the way those little glasses turned out. So cute. Okay, now aren't they cute? So itty bitty, I love them. Okay, now at this point I thought, you know what, if I used black cardstock and used my silver embossing powder on black, it would have been better. But this worked out just as well. And so I'm going around that white border from where I die cut with my, this is a dark gray alcohol marker. And so I'm just coloring in the frame of those glasses because I would really want them to pop out on the pineapple, and I think they look so cute. I'm going to pop those up with some dimensional adhesive, and I'm going to place them directly on my little pineapple. And I think this is such a fun card. I love this. Now we do need a few bells and whistles, so I'm grabbing some silver crystal drops, and I'm just adding drops of the silver a little bit along my card here. Whenever I add drops, I usually go at an angle. And so I'll just put some on the top and the bottom. And that finishes off my project number 1. And now I'm going to make another card using the same stamp set. And so I cut out a panel here using a stitched rectangle die. And then I also cut out a heart. I freehand it. I just folded it in half and then cut it out using some masking paper. And so I'm going to place that directly on my panel here, a little bit towards the top. And then I'm taking some broken china, distress, actually this is no, wrong, sorry, I'm taking a fossilized amber. It's a real pretty yellow, and I want my little heart to kind of just have a little bit of a border around it. So I'm just going around the edges of that, and then I'm going to peel off that mask, and so I have this heart that's kind of real vibrant and stands out. And next I'm going to stamp my little pineapple. And for this pineapple I'm going to use some VersaFine ink, and then I'm going to add some clear embossing powder. And then because this way I want this pineapple to stand out a little bit more. I'm just going to add some clear embossing powder and heat set that. I think at this point, if I were to add one of the little happy faces, it would have looked adorable. Lovely. And then while I'm at it, I grabbed some black cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment says I pine for you, which is so cute. I love that. And then I added some white embossing powder, and I'm just heat setting that on some black cardstock here. Well, I finished coloring in my little pineapple, and I'm going to die cut that out. Lovely. And then as I was placing my pineapple, I thought that background needed just some color. And so, well, here I'm fishtailing the sentiment. But yeah, I think it really needed some color. So it's just but I didn't want it to be a bold color. So I just took a piece of scratch paper and I cut out like a little cloud scene, just making little loops. And then I'm using that as a kind of a mask, and I'm going to create like a little cloud background. And the last card that I made, the last tutorial I made, I should say, I did the same thing, but I used the die. But this worked out so perfect. So, it gave me my little faint background, which I really like. And here, on this part, I actually kind of went outside my heart, kind of making a little boo-boo. But I wasn't too worried about it because I knew my little pineapple and my sentiment could cover that up. But I love that little cloud background. It was subtle, but it worked out really well. And then using some foam tape, I'm going to pop up my pineapple. But I'm going to lift that up, and I want to tuck my sentiment underneath there first here. There we go. Then I'm going to add the foam tape. And I'm going to pop up my sentiment with some foam tape as well, and stick that right over my little mess up areas. And I think that turned out so cute. Love that. And then I jumped the gun and started adding some crystal drops. These are gold crystal drops, but I thought maybe I better pop that up first before I do any more. So I'm adding some foam tape directly to my card base. I'm hopefully keeping it, you know, in the lines of my panel, and I did, which is a good thing. Now I'll pop my panel right in the center there. And this is just a piece of yellow cardstock from my stash. Lovely. Love the way that looks. And then I'll finish off with my little pineapple accent here. And I like the glitter drops on the pineapple too, because it adds dimension, which is really neat. And then I need my bells and whistles. So from my stash, I'm grabbing some sequins, and these are iridescent, and they're pretty large sized sequins, and there's 3 different sizes. So I'm just going to add a few to the top, and again, I always do it at a diagonal. So once I get it on the top, I'll do the same thing down there on the bottom. And I'm just going to tuck a few more, and I think that looks just so pretty. Okay, I'm going to tuck a couple under. Usually when I might have a raised panel, I'll tuck a few underneath my panel. Just love the way that looks. So for I did think it needed just a little bit more, so I grabbed those gold crystal drops, and in the center of each of those sequins, I'm adding a little bit of gold. And that's it. That is my second project featuring Lawn Fawn. Visit Scrapping for Less for more project ideas, and check out their blog hop. I know you'll have fun and get inspired to do some more crafting using Lawn Fawn. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.